Hello everyone, glad to be back. We're going to be continuing our Let's Play series of LA Noire. This time we're going to be doing the last two cases for the traffic desk. First of all, we have a slip of the tongue, and then the last one on the traffic desk, as you'll see here in a second, is of course the fallen idol. But that'll be the last one. We'll go ahead and do a slip of the tongue. And we'll just go ahead and write that, because I have so many save files from how many times I'd have to start over, I'd have to exit trying to make sure I got the perfect 5-star, so on and so forth. Anyway.
Well, Kowski, B-Cop says he located a green Kaiser Fraser from the hot sheet. Address is 6 West 2nd Street. Get over there and see what you can find out. Go on. Sorry to inconvenience you.
We're on it, Captain.
Alright, let's get moving, shall we? Let what Captain Leary said sink on us. Or sink in, I should say, not sink on us.
I swear the more bent cars we bring in, the longer the hot sheet gets.
Alright.
Pays the rent, though. Keeps missing.
The manner to which she's accustomed. I'm not sure she'd agree with you.
Passionate, romantic type like you, Cole? I don't believe you.
I said you bust in there and find the gun.
You know me, you know I love that suit. It just looks best. I think that's the best suit. Okay.
That's that cop. Seems like he's a guy. Mr. Millie.
Green Kaiser Fraser. Get in, Bukowski. Do not pull out in front of me.
You're calling her the doll. Wonder what Veronica Lake thinks of that one.
You hear whether they're making any progress?
But Captain Donnelly seems to think they have it all wrapped up. Brown and Green are sweating this Manley character. I heard it'll be in front of a grand jury by next week.
Poor thing. Terrible enough being murdered like that without having to get strewn all over the front pages.
Here, let me make sure. Okay. Just wanted to make sure the dialogue was as high as it could go, so you could hear them talk over the sound of the car engine. There it is.
Jesus, Cole!
Well, that was his fault. He pulled out in front of me. And we'll just cut across the grass here.
That's the car, Cole. Just pulling out of the drive. Get it. Remember, we need him healthy enough to answer questions.
Alright, I won't run him over, I'll just run into him.
1247, Detective Phelps, requesting immediate backup in pursuit of a stolen green Kaiser Fraser from 6 West 2nd Street.
Oh,
Lay into his wheel arches.
there's his trunk. Oh, come on. One more.
Enough games, Phelps. Take this guy out.
kid does not want to give up. Golly, come here. Oh.
All right, Paul. Take out a couple miles over the speed limit.
Get bracelets on yourselves.
Out of the car now!
Car 11K to KGPL.
Why did you run from us?
I saw a big car in my rearview mirror with two tough guys bearing down on me. What would you do?
What's your name?
Cliff Harrison.
You're under arrest.
For what? What are you talking about?
Nice try. I'm talking about the car being stolen.
You're out of your mind. I bought the car, and I've got the paperwork to prove it.
Looks like we'll have some questions for the people at Coombs Automotive. You purchased this car from Coombs Automotive Company?
Yeah, that's right.
And the ownership papers?
From the same place.
If this is a forgery, it's top notch. This will need to be traced.
Okay.
You have a criminal record, Mr. Harrison?
No, nothing like that.
You gotta give us something, Cliff. We're gonna make this hard on you.
I didn't steal the car. I ran because I've got some wacky-backy in the glove compartment.
How much, Cliff?
One reefer.
We'll let it slide. You're in enough trouble. Who did you deal with at Coombs Automotive?
The owner, Richard Coombs.
And he made out the bill of sale personally?
Of course he did. He kept a facsimile for his records. Check with him.
We're going to get to the bottom of this, Harrison. Until we do, we're going downtown.
You gotta be kidding me. I'm getting arrested for buying a goddamn car?
If everything is
And
legit,
cursing
Harrison,
like
you'll be out
that.
soon. Until then, if I were you, I'd keep my mouth shut.
Bag his possession is evidence. And have him arraigned for grand theft auto.
Right, detective.
You...
Yeah,
When you get
no,
to
I don't
Coombs
know
Auto,
who
check out
your
Harrison's
father is,
store.
and nor do I care, kid. Quit honking at me. Alright. Coombs, no. Coombs right there. You are there. Okay, seems straightforward.
What?
Think. Okay. Turn right at this intersection.
I think he's telling the truth.
Some of the most convincing people you will ever listen to are born liars. Usually they're called politicians.
You know,
Paperwork all looked above board, and he seemed like a clean-cut kid.
true.
I get it now. You see some kid who's basically you 5 years ago and assume he's got to be innocent.
I'm more than happy to be proved wrong.
Hey, if he'd been black or Hispanic, you'd be singing a different tune. You spout all
Wow.
this communist crap about treating everybody the same, but it only works one way.
I'm not sure that's communism, Stefan.
Oh, God, please. Not another history lesson from the man who single-handedly won the war.
Are you finished?
Yes, I feel much better. We'll shake down the car dealer and take it from there. Unless his daddy plays golf with yours, of course. In which case, we'll give him a firm gentleman's handshake and be on our way.
See? I knew you were finished.
Anyway, what I was saying is I know that the medical advancements weren't what they are. Back in 1947, there was police corruption aplenty. There was the mob and everything. But all in all, the 40s really was a good time in terms of for culture. Everything was much more nice, wholesome, good wholesome family values, not like what we have now. And
Not another step. I have got a Buick Century sedan that would be absolutely perfect for you.
Detective
anyway,
Phelps, LAPD, are you the owner?
That's right. Richard Coombs, at your service. You looking to trade in a black and white, boys?
Mr. Coombs, we're investigating an auto theft. A man by the name of Cliff Harrison claims he bought the car here.
Well, some people would say that my cars are a steal. That's a joke, son.
Very amusing, Mr. Coombs.
I remember Harrison. It was a green two-tone Kaiser Frazer, if I remember rightly.
Do you have the bill of sale?
It's in my office. Walk this way.
seriously, bro?
That's a joke too, son.
Phelps, you mind if I shoot this guy? He's getting on my nerves.
I look for the ideal customer, son, and you ain't halfway dumb enough.
Thank
There it
you, I
is.
think.
Got the original pink slip there too.
Again, thank you, I think. Second date time. Kaiser Fraser.
Harrison's purchase receipt was legitimate.
Yeah. Good.
Gene Archer, 146 North Fremont Avenue. We have a couple of questions.
All right, fellas, shoot.
Can you tell us how you came to buy the car?
Girl just wandered in right off the street.
Nothing unusual about the car.
Not really my usual type of vehicle. The price was certainly right, though. Nice girl, but about as sharp as a bag of wet mice.
Did you pay with check or cash?
A check. She wanted it made out to cash, but I insisted. Man has to watch his cash flow.
What name?
I made it out to Gene Archer on the Bank of Arcadia.
Can you describe this Gene Archer?
Brunette, maybe 25, 26. Little on the plump side, but not bone ugly.
What was your impression of her?
Kind of harried and harassed. In a hurry to go somewhere, but no place to go. You get to know the type.
Do you know anything about the company that prints these pink slips?
Nope. Should I? It isn't exactly my business.
Fair enough.
It says Marquee Printing. You've never heard of them?
Marquis. Sure. They do all the government red tape. You'll find the place down on Aliso Street near San Pedro.
When exactly did you hand over the check, Mr. Combs?
Close of play on Friday.
Why didn't you pay her cash? You knew the car was dirty.
I had an inkling. When people are in a hurry for money, always pay by check, son. Gives you a couple days to back out.
This was all above board.
Yes, of course it was.
Did this look legitimate to you, Coombs?
I'm in used cars, son, not bearer bonds. In my business, you don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Now don't come on all high and mighty with me if you want my help.
Thanks for your help, Mr. Coombs. We need to continue the investigation.
Hope you sort out your problem with Mr. Harrison. Go easy on him, son. Boy's about as sharp as a bowling ball. He's built too low. Fastballs fly over his head.
That doesn't
Let me
make
shoot this guy, please.
That
You have a
does-
pleasant day.
That doesn't even make any sense. He goes from talking about bowling to baseball all in the space of 2 seconds.
Well, Harrison might be off the hook, but we could still run an APB on Gene Archer. Get on the horn and call it in.
Dude.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
Requesting an APB on Gene Archer, age approximately 25, on suspicion of grand theft auto.
I'll relay the information.
Are there any messages for me?
A James Velasco is being held at Central Station on suspicion of GTA. Possible link to the Harrison case. They're waiting on you to conduct the interview.
Thanks, man.
One thing that always struck me is he said the age of the girl, he said her name, but he didn't describe her. He didn't use the a little plump but not bone ugly description, didn't mention hair color, height, anything like that. So that always confused me.
20,000 pounds of highly dangerous metallic sodium head for destruction.
Here's a chicken and egg question for you. Do you think you have to be an asshole to sell cars? Or that selling cars turns you into an asshole?
You've got it in for everyone today, haven't you?
I've always got it in for car sales. Doesn't matter what they're. And why do they always think they're comedians when they're about as funny as a heart attack?
Maybe the more annoying they are, the quicker you sign on the dotted line, just to get the hell out of there.
Several thousand feet over the steep sides of the lake. Chemical by the war and administration is made necessary because no public carrier will accept it for transportation to a purchaser. One after another, with varying effects, the containers fill up with spectacular results as water is
Could have done better than that.
a once lethal war.
Naturally.
Empty. Should have known that Archer broad would have given us a false address.
We should go to the station, see what this Velasco guy has to say.
Yep, we should. And we will take a lift and keep going. Don't just stop in the middle of the street when you see someone coming. It's like a freaking deer. Like a deer in the headlights. They see the headlights and instead of getting out of the way, they just stand there. Or in this case, just stop in the middle of the freaking intersection. I never understood that. Perfect.
Isn't he a cop who won the medal and is solving it?
Okay, so it wasn't perfect, but it looked cool.
Detectives, Velasco is prepped and ready in 2. Another stolen car with legit paper.
Thanks.
I'd much rather think it'd be cooler if I could drift into that parking spot coming from the other way.
James Velasco?
I want a lawyer. It's my car and I got the proof right here. Take a look for yourself.
Paper is real enough, Velasco, but the car isn't yours. This pink slip is a forgery.
He ran the light on Olympic and he finally collared him on temple.
Where were you taking the car, James?
Blow it off, greenhorn. You'll get nothing from me.
You're a two-time loser. If you don't give me something, I'm gonna ask the DA for the maximum. You're looking at 10 years, Velasco. Kiss your youth goodbye.
I want a deal.
Keep talking and we'll see what sort of deal you're worth.
My job is to drive the cars out of state. Nevada, Arizona, sometimes New Mexico. The paperwork they provide is normally a breeze.
So we're dealing with a car theft ring.
Does the name Gene Archer mean anything to you?
Nope. Never heard of her.
You're a liar, James.
Say that again. I'm telling the truth. I don't know the broad.
So that's why you both have the same address printed on your pink slips. She's a mule for these stolen vehicles, genius. Same as you.
Jesus. All right, I know her. Stupidest broad I ever met. Always cooking up crazy schemes. I don't know why those guys use her. You happy now?
Not quite.
What happens to the cars once they cross over the state line?
I don't know. I just deliver them.
No, you know something. You know something.
Give me something, Velasco, or I'll take you back to the cells and tell the whole station you're a child molester. I want you to relax.
Okay. I hear you. The cars get sold in Chicago or back east. Sometimes I bring back cars coming the other way.
Where do you pick up the cars, Velasco?
Warehouses. Mainly in East downtown.
An address?
An address, Velasco. You want my help with the DA? Cough it up, now.
A place on Industrial Street. I don't know the number. You're gonna help me out, right?
Keep talking, kid. See what we can do. All right, James. We're gonna check if this information is worth anything.
And if it is, I need your help here, pal.
If it is, then we'll know you're a man of your word. So will the DA.
You're Phelps, right?
Yes, I am. Look, can we do this later? I'm in the middle of it.
Ray Pinker. I'm with Technical Services. The pink slips are all real.
Yes, we know that.
There's only one company that prints them in California, the Marquee Printing Company. They've confirmed that the numbers are legitimate.
You've checked them out?
Sure. They're on Aliso Street, near the corner of San Pedro. The guy I spoke to was Lightfall. Gordon Lightfall. Here, I wrote it down.
Thanks, Ray. This is a great lead. We'll get down there as soon as we can.
Very helpful.
Phelps, your GTA suspect, Gene Archer, spotted by a patrolman. Western Union office, 253 South Hill. Less than a minute away down the street if you run. Go! She won't hang around.
Then run we shall. Kowski will catch up when he catches up. Sorry. I'm in the crosswalk and I'm a police officer. Quit honking at me.
It'll only take a little while longer, madam.
LAPD. We'll take it from here.
God damn it.
Shut up.
Everyone's against me. Look, just let me get my money and get out of here, okay? You look sweet. How about giving the girl a break? That could be very nice.
I'm afraid I can't do that, Miss Archer. Stefan, call for a black and white.
Just my luck to get the only hair sure cop in the LAPD.
The car you sold to Coombs was stolen, Miss Archer. There won't be any money.
I handed over all the right paperwork when I sold it, Buster.
Gene, you've blown open the whole operation because you were dumb enough to try to sell one of the cars. What do you think they're going to do to you? Give me something.
I was just doing what they do. They paid me $50 to drive the car. I made $2 grand selling it.
You made zero. And if they catch you, you're dead. Is that all your life's worth?
Look, a girl needs things. I don't see you looking out for me.
How long have you and Velasco been delivering cars?
Who is James Velasco?
What?
You're lying. James Velasco. I don't remember mentioning his first name, Miss Archer.
Oh, well, I think you did, didn't you? Well, I'm sure of it. Anyway, I don't know him.
Because...
Well, I'm sharp enough to lie to me, Gene. You and James Velasco share the same address on your pink slips. We have him in cell.
Okay, so I know the creep. The pink slips are real. The home addresses are always vacant lots. Bigelow is always boasting that the paperwork is legit and that if we stick to our stories...
And don't try and sell the car?
Yeah, that too.
Not exactly the sharpest tool in the shed, is she?
Tell me where you picked up the car, Miss Archer.
Look, I can't remember. Let me go, will you? Please. What have I got to do?
Trying my patience here, Gene. I'll have the reporters down here and have your picture in all the papers. You'll have no word about it.
All right already. I get the message. I pick up the cars from a guy named Bigelow. 58 Industrial Street. Big warehouse full of goons. Now you've got what you want. Can I go? Please?
No, you sure can. We've got a car waiting outside for you. Some career advice, Gene. Get out of crime. Marry someone boring who has money and will find you captivating.
Is this guy for real?
It takes a little getting used to, but yeah, he generally means what he says.
See, now that's a joke. Alright. Now, at this point, there's only two things. I haven't even stepped out in front of you. Just get to stepping, buddy. Anyway, there's two things. Excuse me, two places left. Marquee or the warehouse. Now, if you go to the warehouse first here and then go to Marquee, you'll miss out on an important clue and you won't get the full 5-star rating. So always go to Marquee first. You'll see why. And so Marquee, that is I think that's Marquee if I can get that there. So, turn intersection behind us and then hang left. I can do this right. Of course.
Let's take a quick intermission.
Trying to be smooth and of course.
Friendly girl, used to getting her own way. Little did she know her feminine charms were useless against the impenetrable Cole Phelps. She's not my type. And what is your type, Phelps? I'm married. I know that. But you're not blind or dead inside, are you? Wait, scrap that second part. I don't know. Blondes, I guess. Hallelujah! The man is human after all. Now we're getting some.
Give it a rest, Mikowski.
I'm with you on the blonde. Brunettes are fine too. There's nothing wrong with a good red hair. I draw the line at grab. You know what? I might have to lift that car real soon in the interest of maintaining the freedom. A man with high standards. The standards are only as high as the last customers.
Give it a rest. There we are. You know smoking will kill you there, buddy. Your lungs and your life.
And what can I do for you, gentlemen?
I'm a traffic detective from Central Division. Who's in charge here?
I am, Gordon Lightfall. What's this about?
We understand that your company prints California vehicle titles.
Yes, I have the government contract to print pink slips. Have done for some years.
Have you had any goods or equipment stolen recently? We're running up against stolen cars with seemingly legitimate paperwork.
Not recently. Have you ruled out forgery? There's no shortage of talented artists in this town.
We'll keep it in mind. I'm stumped. Ideas? We need to talk to the guy in charge. Questions for you, Mr. Lightball. Mr. Lightball, we're currently working 2 auto theft cases. Do you know anything about a car theft ring?
Certainly not. Why would I get mixed up in a thing like that?
As fidgety as he is.
We have suspects with legitimate pink slips that were printed here, Lightfall. You better give me something before I bring the whole department down here.
Don't be hysterical, detective.
As a matter of fact, we had a similar problem a couple of years ago. A number of used car lots were selling blank documents to a criminal organization.
Do the names Cliff Harrison and James Belasco mean anything to you?
No, they do not.
Harrison
See
bought his
that?
car from Coombs.
I waited.
Pink slip looks good, and that puts the
Second he looks away, I know
Do you have
he's
any
got something to
employee trouble?
hide.
No, I don't. They've all been carefully screened. Look, now that I think about it, the name Coombs sounds familiar. I think they may have been involved in stolen documents in the past.
You have a delivery ledger, Mr. Lightball? You would like to cross-check against Coombs Automotive Emporium.
It's a little out of the ordinary, Detective. I'm not sure I can share those sorts of records.
Then what do you have to hide?
Hand it over, Lightball. You don't want us having bad thoughts about you, do you?
Very well, but this really is irregular. Over here.
Look for patterns, recurring names, unusual addresses, anything out of the ordinary.
Bigelow? Bigelow.
We certainly encourage repeat business, Lightball. This Mr. Bigelow is a good customer.
2 large boxes in 2 days? Yeah, something's...
Sorry to bother you, sir. We'll let you know if there are any developments.
Bigelow gets 2 large boxes in 2 days? Yeah, something's up. But then we knew that because Bigelow... Yeah. Anyway, now we'll go to the warehouse.
There's no need to put up with
Get in the car.
kind brands. The Albert and say Spencer's taste more delicious.
Oh, that's way down there. Okay, so I'll just take a right and keep going. Oh, that's gonna annoy me.
I should have driven.
I've never had an accident in real life, I swear.
Open your eyes!
Meant to do that. That was an accident. I swear. Are you kidding me? Come on. Oh my goodness me. Well, I probably won't get 5 stars just because of that.
Call for a couple of black and whites for the flesh you got. I thought you Marines were gung-ho, Cole.
You have a 45, don't you ever want to use it? I'll take the back. Just give me a few seconds to get around there.
Waiting for backup would be the smarter thing to do.
Cole Phelps, LAPD. All of you are coming downtown with me.
And I'm actually going to, instead of my 45, take Nice machine gun.
Let's clear the top floor. I don't want to get drilled in the back on the way out. Get down.
Try the door at the end. I heard
So sorry for my friend.
All right, don't shoot! Keep your hands up. Watch him, Bukowski. He doesn't move until I've tossed this place. Marquee Printing Company. There's nothing like going direct to the source.
Looks like Mr. Lightfall has been on a losing streak.
There are enough slips here to keep them stealing cars till Christmas. We've got a trail of pink slips and stolen cars that leads right to your door, Bigelow. You're in this up to your neck. But I don't think you're the man in charge. Make it easier on yourself. Give him up.
I do work on cars for customers. You charge in here shooting up the place like it's the Ballad of Bulge. I can't give you anything.
Who shot first, buddy?
We know about Marquee Printing. You can make this easier on yourself by giving us your man on the inside.
I sometimes repair cars and put them back on the road. I need a pink slip to resell them. There's no problem.
Don't lie to me. I'm not in the mood for any more lies.
The slips are the real deal, and I ordered them from Marquee.
Looks like I made a mistake. There are at least 4 dead men in this warehouse. A couple more. Punks won't make for that much extra paperwork. We'd be doing the legal system a favor.
Okay, tough guy, I get the message. Lightfall, the guy who runs Marquee. He's the big shot. He likes to spend big at the track. He owes me.
Lightfall, the guy with no luck at the track. Tell me about him.
It's one of the guys lying over there. You're right. He has no luck.
Wow. See? That's why...
That's the best lie you can come up with, Bigelow?
Hey, would I lie to you, detective? I'm not exactly in a good position here now, am I?
That's why you go to Marquee first, so you can prove this guy wrong. Although I don't remember which one to use, though.
Don't ask, you never find out.
I know I'm right. I know he is lying. I just don't remember which one exactly. Okay. There we go.
Gordon Lightfall owns Marquee Printing, a government print shop. He's losing big at the track.
He has these big government contracts. He's in hock over 20 grand. The feds find out. Contracts should be all over. Lightfall plays ball.
All right, Bigelow. The heat is off you. Play your cards right and you'll be able to count your time in Quentin on one hand.
Hate it when I can't remember what the freaking clue was I need to use.
What's going on over there?
You drive this time, Kowski.
I need to go over the case notes.
Fine. Where are we headed?
They stomped and honked at him and he wasn't even in their lane.
A mess.
Gonna take some cleaning up, that's for sure.
I wish it hadn't gone that way.
Well, we shouldn't bring guns to work with them. We didn't have a lot of choice.
You have to admire the barefaced cheek of someone who tries to blow your brains out one minute and pleads innocence the next.
Yeah, especially when he's surrounded by evidence. But guys like Bigelow spend so much time convincing themselves that they're not doing anything wrong that they actually start to believe their own bullshit.
They get sloppy. Bigelow, Lightfall, all of them. If they hadn't, who knows how long they could have kept us right.
Complacency or greed. It's always one of the two that brings them down.
Very true.
You're under arrest.
You again? This harassment is starting to wear thin.
Harassment, we're just talking. Get over yourself.
We found a box of pink slips in a warehouse full of hot cars. You signed for them, Lightbulb.
I signed for all the orders and deliveries. You'll need something better than that, cowboy.
Save it, Lightbulb. We already have all we need to send you down.
I've had enough of this. You either produce some shred of proof, or I call my attorney.
You're in the hole with the organization. We know about the debts, Lightbulb.
I agree, I have a small problem. I'm prepared to help you in any way I can, Detective. I'll name names. I need you to keep this out of the paper.
You need to shut up now, Lightball. Gordon Lightball, I'm charging you with conspiracy and fraud. Hands behind your back.
Cuff him, Stefan.
The LAPD Central Traffic Division has today smashed a nationwide auto theft ring, writes crime correspondent, blah, blah, blah. Oh, here it is. Traffic squad detectives confronted a large group of armed thugs. After an exchange of gunfire, more than a dozen dead criminals were removed from the scene. The LAPD sustained no casualties. Damn fine work, fellas. Now get out there and nail some more bad guys, will you? I want to finish reading this.
I like Captain Leary. Okay. Thought the vehicle damage was going to be enough to dock me a star. With the theft racket smashed, Lightball and his cronies will climb over one another to cut a deal. Yeah, I think Lightball was doing that before I finished getting the words out of my mouth. Well, Colin had got the words out of his mouth. Alright. We'll go ahead and go to the Fallen Idol, the last case of the traffic desk.
Phelps, Bukowski, you have a new case. 2 women, possible drink drive.
How was that a case?
The broad says she was doped and somebody tried to kill her.
Where did this take place?
That's the bit you're gonna love. Right across the street.
What?
A Chevy Skyline took a nosedive off the escarpment, fetched up underneath a Cola King billboard. Up to it, boys. We got bad guys to catch.
I love Bukowski's reaction.
See you later, fellas. Try not to work too hard.
Still can't change.
Ooh, don't change.
Tear my eye watching that guy.
I'm just trying to fit in. Educated, hard work.
Grief.
It's break it to you. All we're doing every 4 minutes.
There we go. It's just up there. I'm just gonna walk. No, I'm gonna take the car.
Her face looks familiar.
Well, that's June Ballard, Tarzan's sister, beast of the Amazon.
She's married to Guy McAfee. The captain has moved to Vegas now, but the 2 of them still have juice. Phelps, traffic.
Detective Phelps. Hey, Bukowski. Long time no see.
You could have called this in by megaphone, Enrique. Phelps, this is Enrique Gonzalez. Enrique was a pretty decent middleweight. What do we have, Gonzalez?
Broad drives right through the empty lot and off the side of the escarpment. There's stories that a movie producer doped her and her friend and sent the car over the cliff.
Was anyone hurt?
Driver's beat up. Not too bad considering. If she hadn't hit that billboard, he's scraping both of them off the pavement. Passengers are Jessica Hamilton. She's just a kid. She's being knocked around.
Kid gonna be all right?
I think so. They're taking her to central receiving. If you want to take a look around, just call the ambulance.
Thanks. Do that.
One more thing. Watch out for the driver. She cuts rough.
If you're looking for the coroner, he's down by the crash site.
Thank you.
You'll want to see this, Phelps. There, laid out on the truck. And that isn't even the best part.
Oh, lovely.
They've been torn off. Where did you find them? They're stuffed in the young lady's handbag. I'll run a trace for semen when I get back to the lab.
Dear Jesse, please, please, dear, come home. If you're worried about your father, don't be. All is forgiven. He has a hot temper and he can be very proud, but you're still his little girl and he loves you. I know he didn't mean those things he said. You're a good, decent girl, dear, and you're not made for Hollywood. I was 15 once myself. I wanted to be just like Clara Bow and wear lovely dresses and kiss handsome men. But once I grew up and married your father, I realized I never would have been happy in that life. You'll realize it one day, too. I'm sure Aunt Junie's looking after you. I can't help worrying. You know what your old mother's like.
She's a long way from home.
That next line, though. The world is a very dangerous place for young girls, especially ones with stars in their eyes. Very true, especially back then. Very, very true.
Looks like they're lucky they weren't more badly injured.
Must have been unconscious. Being relaxed tends to lessen the soft tissue damage.
Drunk driver?
Maybe not.
How so?
Well, the head I found on a body piqued my interest. See what you think.
Alas, poor Yorick, I knew him, Horatio. Is it real?
No. I think it's supposed to be a replica of an Indian shrunken head. It's some kind of curio or movie prop. See the casting marks?
What's it made from?
Plaster of Paris would be my first guess, then painted.
So we can rule out the murder angle?
No, you can rule that in. That thing was wedging the accelerator to the floor. Whoever did it wanted these women dead.
Someone managed to tip their ride straight off a cliff. If the driver's in a fit state, you should ask.
Mrs. McAfee, we would like to ask you a few questions, if that's okay.
I prefer to use my maiden name, June Ballard. You might be familiar with something like that.
Can you tell us what happened here?
You're kind of cute for a cop. Maybe a bit on the serious side.
What about me, June? I'm a big fan of
You?
Beast of...
I don't like. Keep out of this.
Oh, shot down.
We understand that you're still suffering from the effects of the accident, Mrs. McAfee. The officer says that you claimed that you were drugged. But who did this to you?
That rat slipped us to make you thin. It's no wonder I feel so dopey. I can't remember.
Mm-hmm. It's a serious offense to withhold information from the police during a criminal investigation, madam.
I told you to call me June. You're making me feel like an old lady. And don't bother your handsome head about this. My husband will settle the score with Mark Bishop.
What can you tell us about the passenger in your car?
Jessica Hamilton. Poor Jessica. It's been a rough day for her. She's desperate to break into movies. What more can I say?
Mm-hmm. I think you're lying, Mrs. McAfee. I think something happened to Jessica yesterday before the crash.
I'm offended, Sunshine. Do you have any proof?
Miss Hamilton's underwear were physically torn from her body.
She wanted to go to a casting. I took her to a casting. Whatever happened after that is between her and Mark Bishop.
That is...
We found a shrunken head that was used to tamper with your car.
You see, I normally don't drive off cliffs. The last thing I remember is getting behind the wheel.
Mm-hmm. It's obviously some kind of movie prop. You must know where it came from.
In case you hadn't noticed, I am the talent. And the talent doesn't deal with props or sets or any of that kind of stuff. Why don't you ask Mark Bishop which prop house he uses?
You mentioned a Mark Bishop. You think he might have had something to do with this?
He is a movie producer. As for his involvement, you just leave it to me and my husband to worry about.
That's a lie and you know it. This goes deeper than that.
I'm sorry. Maybe you'd like to go ahead and prove that, honey.
Wrong button. That's not what I meant to push.
Sorry. My mistake. I want to know what happened between you two that made him want to commit a double murder.
Bishop offered me a part in his picture. Then he withdrew it. Fact is, we had a deal. I pressed him on it. And this is where I end up.
Mrs. McAfee,
I think it would be in everyone's best interest if you accompanied Patrolman Gonzalez back to the receiving hospital.
I'm going to be okay. These guys can take me home after my lawyer and I have talked to the news house.
Mrs. McCaffrey, you are still under the influence of narcotics. You're likely to go into shock once the drugs wear off.
And I thought you were a hero. It's nice of you to be concerned.
I think we're good here. Let's go see if we can shake out of the kid.
That's the cop from the newspaper.
I brought her socks in.
He wants a 5-star goddamn whip.
Hello, Detective Phelps, here to interview a Jessica Hamilton.
Jessica Hamilton. Oh, yes. She's in the room, right behind you, Detective.
You can't hold me here. No, I don't need
better
you
since this
now,
morning,
doctor. I need my lawyer.
My head still
Where is
feels
the telephone?
Hello, Jessica. My name is Cole Phelps. I'm a policeman. I'd like to talk to you about your accident, if that's okay.
Okay.
Can you tell me what you remember about the crash?
It's all kind of fuzzy. I remember waking up here. Nothing happened yesterday.
Tell the truth, Jessica. Why the big cover-up?
I'm not lying to you.
You found your underwear in your handbag, Jessica. You need to tell us what happened.
The doctor told me what happened. I didn't want that. I just wanted to be a star, to be in movies. I told Junie what happened, and she told me to toughen up. But that was the price of stardom.
Did she now, cold-hearted bitch?
It's not Junie's fault. It's not my first time. I had a boyfriend back home, but my father found out about him.
Even if you consented, Jessica, you're still underage. You need to get in touch with your parents, Jessica, to tell them what has happened.
Oh, you don't need to worry them. They sent me along to stay with Aunt June. They trust her to take care of me.
You're lying, Jessica. How are we going to make this right if you lie to us?
Please, Detective, why would I lie to you?
Because you're a runaway, Jessica, and you don't have your parents' permission to be here. Now, do you want to tell me what really happened?
I went with Junie to this strange place. It's difficult to remember. Someone gave me a drink to calm my nerves, and then I felt faint. I think I must have passed out.
How did you meet Mr. Bishop?
Well, Junie is a big movie star. You probably know that. She's doing a new movie.
What's the story with Bishop and Mrs. McCaffrey? Why does he want the two of you dead?
That can't be true. Mr. Bishop seemed very happy today. I mean, yesterday.
And that's why he wedged a shrunken head against the accelerator pedal and punted the two of you over an escarpment?
I overheard Junie speaking to him on the phone a couple of times. Screaming, really. She can be very hard sometimes, Junie. But they seemed okay yesterday, like they worked it out.
I know what happened to Jessica. Where exactly did it take place?
Please, it's scary. It's really difficult to think of anything.
Jessica, I really need you to help me.
I remember the mermaid.
Was the mermaid in the movie too?
No, it was on the front of a building. We pulled up in front of the mermaid.
Thank you, Jessica. You've been a big help. Here's my card. If you think of anything or if you need some help, just get in touch, okay?
Okay.
I think it might be a good idea if you went back home till you felt better, Jessica.
I couldn't do that, officer. What if I got the part and I wasn't there?
It's the tale of this town, Cole. Lambs that go willingly to slaughter. Who the hell is that?
Must be her lawyer. Certainly expedited her release.
I don't like it, Cole. Why is she in such a hurry? We should follow her.
To have made a remarkably speedy recovery. Get in there and see what she's up to.
No, I don't want him taught a lesson. You know what I want. Well, then make someone else do it. You still know people out here, don't you? Then make some calls. I'm going to be very clear about this. You get this done, or I'm... Wilson's Hotel. Mr. Mark Bishop, that son of a bitch, lives in apartment 803. Sure, I got the film.
So what's the story? I'm guessing she didn't stop for light refreshments.
She made a call. Sounds like Mark Bishop has a heap of trouble headed his way. I've got an address. Wilson's Hotel, apartment 803.
Oh shit, you better step on it.
He's got... any sense, he'll be as far away from home as possible.
If he had any sense, he wouldn't have tried bumping off Guy McCaffrey's wife in the first place. Or he'd done the job properly.
Cappy will break a fella's legs just from looking at his brother.
What did you make of the kid? You believe her story? I think she was doped out of her tiny mind and given the casting couch. That fucking bitch Ballard sold her out.
So if Ballard was doing someone a favor, why did they try to kill him?
Turn too soon.
All units in the vicinity and call 11K, 11 King, a 415 progress at apartment 803, Wilson's Apartment Hotel, 1220 West 7th Street, Westlake Park. 11K code 3, all other units code 2. AGPL clear.
Got it! Get to the apartment before someone gets hurt.
I tried to stop them. It's room 803, left out of the elevator.